Hi, good day to you all. Man has long had the desire to cross the oceans and explore and conquer new lands. The earliest sea crossings are said to have occurred around 55,000 to 60,000 years ago during the Neanderthal age, and the earliest recorded sea voyages took place in the Aegean Sea around about 7250 BC, that far back. So we are here to talk about the carriage of goods by sea and the attendant logistics. 80% of global trade by volume and over 70% by value are carried by sea. There are more than 95,000, close to 1 lakh commercial vessels of various types in the world. The maritime industry is very much affected and influenced by the state of the world. Be it the US-China trade war, the uncertainty over Brexit, the conflict in the North African region, and now of course the all-pervading pandemic which has convulsed and devastated the entire planet like nothing before. Disruption in global trade due to the pandemic has resulted in shipping revenues across the board declining by 9 to 11% due to the reduced trade globally from muted steel production, which hit coal and iron ore procurement. But there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Return to growth is expected in 2021-22 and could expand by 4.8%. Green shoots sprouting. We have to be positive. The worst is surely behind us. We must believe that. The Government of India too is coming out with a national logistics policy which would create a single e-logistics market with focus on generation of employment and skills. The government intends to reduce the logistics cost from the present 14% of the GDP to less than 10% by 2022, in line with developed countries. The size of the Indian logistics sector is currently pegged at around 160 billion USD and is expected to grow to around $215 billion in the next 2 years. The scope is thus vast. Like all industries, the shipping industry too has had to brace for change by adjusting operations, finances, safety protocols, and as well as modified working practices and procedures. The pandemic has strengthened the case for digitalization and eliminating paperwork in the shipping industry and ports. Innovations such as driverless trucks, automated warehouses, terminals, and even vessels and blockchain-enabled documentation has already arrived. However, while these dynamic and sweeping changes are taking place, the basic activity in shipping will remain the same, in that ships or vessels as we call them will have to be continued to be handled in the ports, what we call vessel husbandry. Cargo has to be imported and exported, moved inland across various modes, stored and distributed in warehouses, container freight stations, depots, and logistics hubs. Stakeholders of cargo, vehicles, and vessels will continue to require marine insurance cover. Vessels would still be chartered, scrapped, hired, salvaged, and maritime laws, rules, and regulations and statutes would continue to govern, albeit in modified and updated versions. We have strung together a team of vastly experienced and seasoned professionals from the industry who will be walking the talk with you, sharing our hands-on experience and knowledge, covering all of the above and much more. So come and join us on this journey, where we don't intend to teach as such, but to share our experience and expertise garnered over all these years. While several industries have undergone turmoil and forced terminations to survive, shipping will always endure as long as mankind does. We will keep you updated on changing trends in the ever-changing and volatile scenario and offer you a peep into the future dynamics of the industry. Thank you.